Hey y'all, good afternoon. Hold on, damn it. Damn. Didn't I get on? Hold on, y'all. Alright, y'all, I'm back. I'm back. Calm down. This Doug about to get it beat up. Yeah. So y'all, I don't know if y'all been watching um in reference to the Diddy. So I'm just gonna come and bring some updates and get my spill because a lot of people been talking about it. And I'm going to put my little 2 cents in it and say how I feel and what I want to say about the situation. You feel me? That's it. Then I'm out of here. Okay. But yeah, so y'all know he trying to get that daggone tape removed. Whereas though he want them to basically dismiss the tape so it won't be used against him in court because he his lawyers is trying to say that the feds leaked that tape of him um DV and Cassie. So at the end of the day, my whole thing is I don't know who we don't know who leaked it. All we know is one day it was just popped up on the internet and everybody was sharing it and this, that, and the third. Who knows who leaked it first? You know what I'm saying? From my knowledge, P. Diddy had a lot of tapes. You know what I'm saying? That probably wasn't the only copy. You know, she could have had it. I don't know. But I doubt if the feds leaked that footage. But he wanna basically get it basically off the record so it won't be used against him in court. But it don't work like that. It don't work that easy. See, people with money and people that have power, they uses their money to get out certain things. My whole thing is he did most of this stuff that he did. And basically we seen what he did. The whole world did. And we can't unsee it at this point. So regardless if they use it at court or not, you still is labeled in some of our eyes as a monster. Allegedly, that's what they calling him now around the corner. Um, a monster. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like we can't unsee it. It already went viral. That's what you did. Period. You know. But we'll see what's going to happen. But as y'all can see, that he still don't have a bill, and he's still going to be locked up. Hey, good evening, whoever in here. How you doing? So he still's going to be basically, yeah. So let's get into this clip. The news gonna basically break it down. We gonna talk about it, and then we gonna be up out of here. You know. Yeah, but they need to use it because had it been one of us or somebody that's regular that don't have no money or no power, they would have fried us. Why he's still a person. He just have money. So why does these celebrities is getting treated different from people that do not have money and power, and that's not fair. He need to be made example of, just like they made an example out of Bill Cosby. Like y'all know, like we was like, well, he's too old to be going to jail, but hey, they didn't care. He did it. Let him pay. Period. He did the crime, and then you scared to do the time. You scared to be locked up. I don't really think he ever been locked up in his life, to be honest. Like for a long stint of time, you know. So this time he because he got so much power, and all right, the money can bail him out, but not this time. They don't even want the dang on money at this point. They were like, fuck it, you can keep it. And then allegedly, from what I heard, was they gonna take the money or some of it, or because they can't distinguish how much money he was using for the trafficking situation. They still doing what is it called? They still investigating and all of this stuff. Now I didn't know they found like 90 cell phones in this house and other devices. So that could be laptops, computers, um, tablets. To this guy here. All right, let's get into it, y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Yeah, it's crazy.
Now been set for May 5th of next year. Lisa Evers live in Lower Manhattan with the
Oh,
very
his trial
latest
gonna
today. Lisa.
start May next year.
Well, Stephen, Natasha, this
That's
was
a
Sean
nice
Diddy
little bit
Combs'
of
third
time.
time in the courthouse you see right behind me. His first time before a new judge. They did handle these calendar matters and also set that May 5th, 2025 date for the trial to begin. But what was most striking was that his mother, Janice Combs, who's been with him his whole life, flew up from Florida to be with him, as did most of his children,
So
and a
why
show of
was that
support.
striking that his mom was there?
Sean Combs' son, Christian, known professionally as King Combs, held his grandmother's hand as they left the courthouse with his other siblings.
We want to hear from you. Anything you want to say at this point.
Judge Arun Subramanian acknowledged that his mother, Janice Combs, came from Florida for her son and that his kids also traveled to be in the same courtroom with him. Combs' attorney, Anthony Rico, sat by his side throughout the proceeding. He's handling the appeal of his bail denial, which is a separate case in the appeals court.
He's making an adjustment. He had his family here today to support him. We really want to put an end to all of the clowning that we see on the internet. This is a serious proceeding with serious consequences.
The judge set a trial date of May 5th, 2020.
Why are he telling us that? Hopefully he need to be telling his client that. He the one who got himself there. We didn't. And I mean, it's people that is clowning him. It's a lot of funny memes. It's a lot of funny videos. Hey, he shouldn't have did half of the things that he did, and he wouldn't get clowned or teased. This is basically what the internet do. The internet been doing this since they started. So at the end of the day, just because it's P. Diddy, it ain't gonna stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. It ain't gonna stop. Because at the end of the day, who the fuck is he? He can get made fun of. He did it. So yeah, people gonna make fun of it. They gonna clown him. And then I do want to say this. You know, a lot of people, some content creators were saying about that his children ain't messing with him and all of this stuff. I don't know, but as we could see that they was there today, and the mother, yeah, she came from Florida as she should. That's her son. At the end of the day, we are most mothers is going to be there for her kids, whether if they're right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? We might don't stand behind their decision, but we will still support them at some point, depending on um what you did. And again, this guy is a millionaire. You think his mother and them really going to like cut him off? That's you know what I'm saying. He took care of them all their life, and plus, it's still they still got to get the money. Still got to get the money. The motherfucker buddy got to still be, you know what I mean? You know. So at the end of the day, um, I just couldn't see them just turning their back on that man. You know what I'm saying? He gave them luxuries and all of that stuff. But what he did was wrong to the women and to people. If you drugging these people allegedly, um, that's not cool. You should go to jail, as you should, because that's like raping somebody. You taking advantage of somebody when they are incapable of making a rash decision because they're in uh um a trans. I ain't gonna say a trans, or they just high. They high, so they not fully thinking. They not fully aware. Allegedly, y'all know we heard a lot of stories that's supposed to be happening at the freak off quiz. Though people be so drunk off of the stuff, they be passed out, falling asleep, slipping on oil all on the floor. Take that, take that. That's what he did. And that's, hey, sometimes you don't get caught earlier part of your years, and that's what make you keep on going. You got to keep on feeding yourself this this stuff, and once you don't get caught, you think you got away with it. Oh, I can pay this person off. I can pay that, but now this is coming to an end. Shoot, God is moving in the year 2024. People is being exposed. You see how many people then said other people, Golf Brooks. I was like, Golf Brooks, really? Golf Brooks? Oh man, it's just going down.
The lead federal prosecutor took issue with Combs attorney Mark Agnifillo's extensive comments in a TMZ documentary, alleging the government was guilty of racial bias and targeting Combs. Agnifillo complained about government leaks to the media. The result was a mutual gag order.
I made a request for the judge to issue what we call the gag order, and the judge is going to issue it on a reciprocal basis. So I'm not going to say anything that I didn't say in my papers and in court.
Women's rights attorney Gloria Allred represents some of the accusers of Combs in civil cases and spoke outside the court.
It's challenging because for many of them, remembering what they allege he did to them is triggering and traumatizing.
Now, a date of December 18th was...
Absolutely. Some of these people is going to be scarred for life. Like, how can you forget certain things? You know what I'm saying? Even allegedly, like Justin Bieber, Usher allegedly, because Usher haven't really came out and said nothing, but y'all can totally see that definitely something happened with Justin Bieber. The boy, he crashed out a lot of times. He tried to get himself together, crash out, get himself together, crash out. Something happened to that boy that traumatized him. And even still, on the same note, I blame a lot of the parents. Who is letting a child go and stay over Diddy house? A grown man. Why would you let your kids go and stay with a grown man? Like, period. So, I mean, he played the part. But then you got to look at these parents, too. They play parts, too. If he go there, I think some of these mothers and stuff like that, and it's happened a lot in the Hollywood area, whereas though these mothers is selling their kids and basically trying to get their kids stardom, fame, and all of this stuff. That's terrible. Like, that's just, I mean, who does this? What mother in their right mind would let their child go and stay? Why the mother couldn't go with them? Because, hey, we coming together. We is a package deal. Why my child coming with you by himself? A young boy. Come on now. Make that make sense. A little boy and you want to chill with him. They had a Diddy camp and all. What do they call it? Love camp or some shit. But make it make sense. Why would my child be hanging with you for a whole year and then come back and traumatized and all of this stuff? Some of these parents, they gonna feel it. Probably living in hell now. They probably feeling it now. God don't like ugly.
Set for the next status conference. For now, Combs is back at MDC. He's been denied bail twice. His last hope of getting out before that May 2025 trial date beginning is for the appeals court to reverse the bail denial, and that could happen anytime within the next couple of weeks. We're live here in front of the courthouse. Let's check in with Teresa Priolo. She's been outside most of the day here. Teresa, what was it like out here?
There were so many people out here, Lisa. As you know, you were out here as well. P. Diddy is an international superstar, and so you have to imagine that this is a case that is bringing people from all over the world. We've seen local media here, national media, and yes, international media too, with also a huge showing among entertainment journalists. But we also saw today a lot of citizen journalists that were out here as well. People who grew up on Diddy's music, whose albums were the soundtrack of their lives, and they just told me that they feel like they needed to come down here and to just catch a glimpse of it all. Of course, we know that Diddy remains behind bars at MDC, but that's not stopping the crowds or the interest in this case.
I'm studying forensic sciences, my big thing is women and children, to protect women and children. So when I heard all of this going down, it was, just the hair on my back just went up.
If he's doing things like this, he needs to be in jail. There's nothing. Diddy needs to go to jail if this is what he's about.
So you might be wondering how the crowds that we saw out here today compared to other high-profile trials like Ghislaine Maxwell, maybe Harvey Weinstein, even Donald Trump. I can tell you, at least from what I saw out here today, this is nothing like what we saw with Donald Trump. But Lisa, I would imagine that as this trial gets closer to its date of May 5th, that we might be seeing some of the crowds like we saw with Ghislaine Maxwell, people lining up really early in the morning, getting their tickets, trying to get inside.
No, Teresa, definitely. This is very early in the whole process. I mean, they just set the trial date today of May 25th, and I think it's going to draw more and more people as we go forward. In fact, the next court date here is December 18th. That will be for the next status conference. But there's a lot of other issues that they have to consider as well in terms of the evidence. The judge gave them until December 31st to deal with all the discovery of the evidence. That means both sides have to have the access to all of the evidence that they have, which is many dozens of terabytes from more than 90 telephones and electronic devices.
Wow.
They confiscated during those raids. And then the other thing that was significant about today, too, Teresa, was that the prosecutor said in no uncertain terms and quite emphatically, because everything else she was very even-tempered, she said, make no mistake about it, this investigation is still ongoing and we expect to have a superseding indictment, meaning more charges against Diddy. That's the latest here from federal court. Back to you in the studio.
Yeah, man, we don't know exactly who leaking stuff and how these informations is getting out here. Not only that, y'all remember last week they were saying something about there was another tape that was being leaked, but they not sure. Well, they said the face is clear on there, but they not sure the age of the person, and they didn't want to basically put it out there, because if the person is underage, it's basically child porn. So they didn't want to leak it, but it was certainly being for sale. I don't know if somebody bought it yet or what's going on with that, but we haven't seen anything leaked yet. But so obviously, he was using probably these phones to record a lot of things on there. You know, if they took like 90 phones and other electronic devices, all of these things could have incriminating stuff on there for years and years. This is probably years of stuff on there. And the FBI have to basically look through all of that stuff. And that's going to take a while. That's a lot of stuff to be going through. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't know how many videos is on these devices, because you don't know how many gigabytes and all of this stuff. It's just going to be, this is going to be a tough one. And not even only that, a lot of people was basically trying to really not, well, a lot of these celebrities that probably is allegedly on some of these tapes, they trying to sign NDAs and all of this stuff, so their stuff won't be leaked out, because who knows what's going to come out after this. Because they were saying like it was like big people at most of these Diddy parties, like big people, politicians, and all of this stuff, mayors, governors. You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard about the president being there, but far as like political figures and stuff like that. And if this gets out there, it's gonna really damage their credit. Like, it's going to look bad on them, especially if it's kids on here that's getting essayed and stuff like that at a young age, you know, and being drugged. Well, I need to stop saying that word. Intoxicated, or however you want to put it. Let's get into this next one. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a lot though. I'm not gonna say that I don't care for Diddy, but he should have been stopped this mess. You know, people wait till it get out of control until you get caught and stuff like that, and then they be looking all crazy and trying to get out of it. But sometimes it's too late. Sometimes it's just too late to get out of it because it shouldn't have never happened. You shouldn't have never started it, first of all. You know. But let's get into this one.
Holmes's attorneys claim pre-trial, federal prosecutors are leaking evidence to the media. Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson is live outside the courthouse with the latest. Kimberly?
Hell, we don't know if they leaked it. His kids could have leaked it. Somebody close to him could have leaked that footage. And that footage was like damn near 20 years old or something like that. That footage was, no, I think it was like 10. I'm going to say about 10. But we don't know who leaked it. The kid, his son could have leaked it. Anybody close to Diddy could have leaked it. The mother could have leaked it. Who knows who could have leaked it? But we know that it's out. So how are they going to blame it on the FBI saying that the FBI leaked it? I don't know, because that'll mess up the whole case. Because if you leaking footage and it's still an ongoing investigation, somebody can be in trouble. But I don't think that the FBI leaked that. I think somebody who do something. It could have been one of the daggone staffs at the hotel or where they were staying at. They probably been holding on to this stuff for so long. And actually, I think TMZ probably bought it from whoever was selling it and got a healthy price for it. And because that's where I first seen it at, on TMZ, and then I started seeing it online. But who knows who leaked it? But it's been leaked. Bottom line.
Well, Sandra, these hearings typically last about 90 minutes. Sean Combs will be here. We also expect to see some of his kids. Different judge, same strategy as attorneys try and get Combs released on bail. So far, those requests have been denied. At one point, authorities calling Combs a serial abuser and obstructor. So in just a few hours, we'll either see Combs walk out of this courthouse or he'll go back to his cell in Brooklyn. The media gathering outside a federal courthouse in Lower Manhattan for the third time since authorities arrested Sean Diddy Combs September 16th. The 54-year-old is being held in a special housing unit inside the notorious Metropolitan Detention Center. He faces several serious charges, allegedly linked to sometimes days-long sex-fueled parties. Prosecutors maintain the disgraced music mogul was the mastermind behind the so-called freak-offs. Now new developments centering around what many believe was the watershed moment in this case, the release of this disturbing video from 2016 showing Combs viciously beating his then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura inside a hotel. Late yesterday, Combs' legal team filed a motion accusing the government of leaking the footage to the press, insisting agents with the Department of Homeland Security had carried out a 7-month campaign campaign to undermine the entertainer's right to a fair trial. Those officers raided Combs' mansions back in March, allegedly finding drugs, weapons, and 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Because of the alleged misconduct, authorities are asking the judge to impose a gag order and essentially scratch the video from the record. But federal prosecutors deny any such leaks, saying they didn't have the material before it aired. Combs is hoping to face a jury sooner than later, looking for the judge to set a trial date in April or May of next year. As for the bail package that's been on the table so far, lawyers have proposed a $50 million package secured by Combs' Miami estate, adding he would have no phones or access to the internet, restrictions on visitors, all as security guards monitor.
So the next thing that I do want to say is, even if they do all of that, even if they take everything, he can't be on social media, he can't basically do, saying anything, have no outside calls or inside calls or anything. They might want to put him on like a home monitor and stuff and monitor, what I'm saying? Because that one problem that they wasn't trying to let him out was because they thought he was going to be a flight risk. And that's why at one point he wanted to give them everybody passports so that can guarantee that we're not going to leave the country, because a lot of, they was allegedly thinking that he's going to flee the country. But they don't even want that. They don't even want to take a chance with that. You know what I'm saying? Because that sometimes it's ways around that. Hell, you probably don't even go out the country, but you probably go somewhere where they can't find you. So that's another reason why they trying to not give him no bail, because at the end of the day, if he flee, it's gonna be hard to freaking find him. So I'm thinking, like, why not also put him on the home monitor thing and basically monitor him, and what I'm saying, he can't go really nowhere. You sit in the house, you still don't have access to all of that, the phone stuff and all of that stuff, because allegedly when he was locked up, he was still calling people, basically trying to basically press them and not, like, tell or be a witness and stuff like that to basically some of the things that is allegedly put against him. So boom, they got records of that, because once you locked up, when you making calls out, you already know that they is listening to your calls, they watching you, you're being monitored, you're in jail. This is not like, your home, or you so this no, this is not a ball game. Being in jail is really for real. Like, yeah, it's jail. And he incriminated himself again, and then trying to act like, that didn't happen. These things happen. Like, at the end of the day, that's why they not, no, because he's like intimidating witnesses and stuff like that. This is just too much.
His every move. Now, from the very beginning, there has been pushback on that bail package. Both judges are concerned that Combs would still pose a risk to witnesses, even going as far as, they say, operating through employees using coded messages. For now, we're live in Lower Manhattan. Kimberly Richardson, Channel.
Yeah, y'all heard that. That's, they don't want to let him out because he might have employees and different people using coded messages and stuff like that, so he still won't be incriminated. And then I didn't know that they had a Diddy hotline. They had a Diddy hotline for all his abuses, and they said within the first 2 hours they had 1,200 calls, and out of the 1,200, 120 of them was I guess found to be real, or they could find evidence or something like that on that. So it's just a lot. Diddy is the diddler for real. Like, I'm just saying. Um I don't even know. Like at the end of the day, I just wanted him to be treated just like a regular citizen. You know, just because you got money, you shouldn't be able to swindle your way up out of this. If some of these things are real, they saying that it's not, but then we seen the video of him and Cassie, and then they got more videos that haven't been leaked yet. So we just waiting to see what's going to happen and who's basically was at these freak off parties, you know. But there's a lot more to come. It's not gonna be over soon. You know, I said I was gonna say I was at a freak off. Who gonna say that I wasn't? But no, I was just joking. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. At the end of the day, it's going down for Diddy. They even had people with signs out there. Um, yeah, they had signs out there and all of this stuff. Um, talking about Diddy did it, and all of this stuff. A lot of different signs. Some people made their signs. Some people bought them. They had signs and all of that stuff. I mean, it wasn't like free Diddy. You know, like how, like nobody never really said free him. They everybody like kind of on the same page. He still have supporters, but his supporters, I guess they know. I mean, these stories about Diddy we've been hearing for years and years and years and years. And everything was denied or swept up under the rug. Now things are coming out to be true. So we just gonna have to sit here for the ride and see what's going on. Because it's coming out. It's coming out like Michael Jackson. Want the world to know. Yes, but it's coming out. So yeah, y'all, make sure y'all like and subscribe if you already haven't. But yeah, that was the Diddy update that I had. You know, I just had to get a little piece in with the Diddy because everybody was talking about it. It's a hot topic right now. You know what I'm saying? So like, subscribe, and enjoy. Thank you for watching, and I love you guys, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye bye. Yeah, Diddy going to fuck that.